Welcome back to Wandering the Wasteland. Seeing more anime, more of the girls' last tour. Their journey being long and arduous, no real set goals other than just climbing ever higher and finding food along the way. Coming across some strange little oddities and a new pet. How's it all gonna go down for them? We've seen now some more of the world building, the devastation upon the land, things that came before, and kind of somewhat timeframes and how vast the wars were that took place. And I'm really eager to see more. Hopefully you are as well. Not much I can really add other than it's a series that I am thoroughly enjoying, but we are running perilously close to the end of this one. I've been asked if I was going to read the rest of the manga and whatnot after I've finished watching it. I haven't quite decided how I'm going to do that yet. So watch this space, I guess. But we're also going to have to pick something new to go in its place. So, if you want to have a voice, head on over to my Discord. Drop a name of a season or series or two. Maybe I'll put them on a list and we'll see how it goes. But strap in, grab yourself a drink, maybe a snack, and hope our lives turn out better than what we're seeing in Girls Last Tour. There are certain things about this. I just saw the random windows of various just sizes and whatnot. Whatever that was, take it out of its mouth. Don't feed it ammunition! It's probably not good for its digestion. But yeah, the buildings of random sizes, the windows and doorways and stuff, they not have standard architecture. But I was going to say, I do like how this story uses elements of our world, like with the transport that they're riding in, like seeing the T-34s and tanks and stuff in the previous one, the guns she's wielding, and yet all these kind of fantastical sci-fi elements, like with the robots and the self-maintaining factories. And then seeing that hole through the layers in the facility in the previous episode. And then with like howitzers and artillery pieces scattered around the edge. Like World War II-esque. You got civilization, war brings everyone down, slowly building up again. Oh, then we got another war. And now we're living in the remnants of that with technology practically non-existent other than what they can scavenge. But this weird little cat, I guess, still roaming around. What is it meant? What is it? And why can it communicate via the radio thing? I mean, yeah, hopefully it doesn't get a taste for bullets, otherwise they won't have any left, but better than feeding them the ration packs. It would be, it's hard enough for them finding food as is. Is it learning words, though, or is it just duplicating and copying? Okay, fair enough, it's actually learning. Now you got to have the right classification of bullet. Any particular reason why they're carrying all the different ammunition? It's bigger, it's more food, more nutrients. Yeah, but is it the brass casing that it likes? The gun pat? Don't choke. That's what I was questioning. Is it the brass casing? Is it the lead? Is it the gunpowder? What is it that it actually likes about the bullets? Oh! Are they some like weird prototype Sturmmoser? War and human civilization, did that say? Such a antiquated language. Don't let it eat that shell. But someone might be able to down the line, and do you want to leave? Yeah, well, a book is slightly different than that shell, which weighs probably several kilos. Not probably, definitely. Yeah, she's taken a bit too much after her. Is that gonna? It just. Boom. Yeah, don't feed it that artillery shell then. Can it grow by giving it more ammunition? Long cat. And nice use of the camera once again. Cultural difference? I mean, sure, but I think that's the actual change here. Yeah. Maybe this weird marshmallow cat does have a culture. This don't know quite yet without being able to fully converse. She does take a much more measured approach to things. I like that we have the two different, like, diverging ways of thinking about things. In this kind of world, I would probably be like, I have no idea what this is. That could be dangerous. Let's learn about it. But then again, after a while, it would be, fuck it. Let's just play around. Oh, this seems cool. My sense of trepidation and danger reduces drastically with like how bored I am. Yeah. Probably wouldn't be playing around on some pendulums of a mechanism that has been here for centuries. But what is it? Yeah, what's its practical use? The songs are back. Well, the first song was it because of Nuko itself? So does that mean there's more of them out there? Just follow the music, as it were. Sure. A sense of adventure and knowledge on the horizon. I love the silence you could hear in the background of it. Probably, yeah, because people follow that kind of energy, don't they? That sense of adventure and exploration allowed us to get out of the caves, create everything we have now. Protection. We've seen several times that things have fallen. Well, I guess they're wearing them then. Especially when you're going under things like this. Not sure the helmet would be able to save them, but better than not having it. Which probably means you should wear it. Yeah. Don't stop immediately underneath where things have fallen. You might want to... The structural integrity of this place isn't very great. Yeah, if one screw falls, danger. If many screws fall, get the fuck out. Whoa! We saw some of them, I think, unpowered big bipedal robots before. But knowing that it was standing for so long and something finally gave way. Oh yes, the helmets did a number on that to protect you. Uh-huh. But what was they used for? We saw the small one was general labour and whatnot around the facilities. The bigger one was dismantling. And then this... That looked like a cockpit. Yeah. Well, Luco seems to enjoy it, so... Some... plug socket, and it knew immediately what to do there. And not only did it know immediately what to do, did it jump start it? Didn't need a key. It's like, oh. Don't press the big red button. Surprised that it still had eligible fuel in it. Let's hope no one was standing over there. Explosion! Let's level the surrounding area. Oh, she found the... Oh no. Small missile. This bigger lock-on with the charging beam. It's firing its laser. We gotta... Godzilla's like atomic beam in a big robot. Get her out of that seat immediately. And even though structurally it didn't have much left in it, power-wise this robot seems to have kept all of its munitions in check. Think of all of the rations and history that could have been in those buildings. Yeah, you don't seem too distraught about the fact that she's just blasted away several districts. Is the gravity of what she's just done gonna come down on her at any point? and what has happened to this place because of things like that before. Yeah, they didn't think of that. Yeah, I wonder if that's part of the reason why there aren't anyone around anymore. Well, I don't think anyone recently did it. I think more than ever we need to keep that weird cat away from any keyholes now. Yes. If it was autonomous, it would be the people who built it, but yeah. Well, at least, yeah, taking a little bit of accountability. Hmm? I mean, it's like watching a log fire, just a lot more volatile. Good that it's got extractor fans. Huh. Hmm. Because then you won't get wet. You never know who's going to be stepping into the big robot next. If it comes your way. If anyone is around and wasn't caught in the blast, they would have seen it and know that at least someone is around. Or something. I like the idea of transcribing the images that they've taken into the journal for more of a physical record of it. Hmm. Ah, it's all out. Well, they have to keep going until they find a new. Don't drink that. I mean, it likes bullets and gunpowder, so they found a new food source for it. Unfortunately, it's their main fuel for the transportation. Yeah, keep an eye on her. Hmm. Certain metallic taste to it. Could have gone around. Depends how many rations they've got left. A food. Does she place herself slightly higher on the food chain? Is that it? Yeah, a forest of wind turbines. These what is that? What these are? And if so, what is it powering? Was it also a food triangle? I'm not sure that nutrition is something they have to worry about. At least keeping up a balanced diet. How far does this go? with enough time. I like the idea that, we've got something in the past about forests and whatnot in the books. This isn't quite one, but it's close enough to get an idea from it. Take lessons from the past to understand the future. I was going to say, all of the everything that they've driven over so far is just kind of fine. That pipe concaving in, that's what I was waiting for. Snow? Did it taste like gunpowder? What's that over the hill? Oh. How high up are they? Why would there be a submarine here unless they had some way of, they, meaning previous civilizations, had a way of transporting it to open water? Does that mean the ocean used to be this high? Or kind of, so they can get it out into use? Or maybe this is just a bit of a dry dock. After many a year, how useful! After many a year standing just still, and with the cold freezing in place, I'm not... Okay. There's no nuclear pancake. But I'm not surprised if she couldn't really turn the hatch. They found a new base for the time being. It seemed pretty, airtight from the elements. Are they going to find anything of use? Ew, that's not a symbol you want to see. Hopefully they can read those warning signs. No, just go straight into the reactor core. Or into the reactor room. Nothing wrong with that. Let's hope the radiation plates are still good. These civilizations of old have some weird interior decor, don't they? All this repeating signage. But I'm saying, what I thought was a reactor room might be more of a silo. I don't know how I feel about this. The fact we had the giant robot leveling half the city, then coming across this Trident nuclear submarine, showing the power and gravity of civilizations of old and what we did to each other, even if it wasn't used, because I think all of them were still in place in that sub. But then also Nuko having the ability to open things, whether it be the robot or the sub-hatch. Why can it interact with it? Is it just, evolution, part of its growth cycle that it can alter its shape and be able to pick locks? Probably useful to sneak, squeeze and get into places, to hunt for more food, that yummy brass casings. The more I see of this, the more I really like what this series attempts to do. It's not painting, it's not being preachy in what it's saying, it is going into what is this, why the hell was it built, oh shit, why did someone need to create something like this in the past? It is coming at that power, that level of fear and coolness, I guess, and it being misused. What if someone that doesn't know what it's capable of gets in the driver's seat, starts pressing buttons? Are they going to have the responsibility to refrain? But also with now seeing the similarities between some of the big statues that have sat in place in the cities, amongst the buildings, the similarities between that and Nuko and what that may implicate. Some good questions being brought up. And if these things have been around for so long, there are statues of them, where are the others? Why was this Nuko by itself? Is it because, they've been slowly eating away at any sort of leftover supplies that have been dying off? No meals left to be had. Not in various surrounding areas, at least. But also, how terrifying. With it being able to sync up with the machines, turn them on, open hatches and the like, and also with the ability to a degree, learn language. Is it a good idea to impart more intelligence to it? To teach it things? Start early. Things are scary. We don't want to get into destruction. Teach it empathy to begin with. Yeah, that seems like a good idea. Lest it has its own finger on the button. But definitely keeping safety first. Maintaining the proper safety protocols. Keep the helmets on, especially when going under old infrastructure. It's always the case, though, that whenever you have a conversation like that, what's the point of having a helmet? That's when something bad happens. Not when you had no conversation about it at all for 2.5 weeks and then something hits you. It's always at that precise moment, just to really nail the story a bit better. Of course, for narrative's sake, it's best that way. I really, really like this show. I think it's been said a fair bit. Every time we get a little bit more world building, whether it be something crazy, like seeing the row upon row of those giant robots, which you now know being those war machines, not really understanding the implication of that, and now seeing it here is, oh shit, that means, mass production, mass scale, and now upper level, there's a submarine. Does that mean it was craned and lowered down miles to an ocean, or was the water that high so it can go? Or is there just a massive ocean on top of all of these cities and nations that were on a lower level? And the ones that are on a lower level, how were they lit? A lot of varying questions. Not sure any of it's going to be answered. And with her picking up the book of War and Civilizations, is she going to find a way of easily transcribing it into her native tongue and realizing, There's a few symbols here which kind of match up. Yeah, we should get out of here as quickly as possible. Don't touch anything. We're going to have to see by coming back and watching the next episode. But if you have enjoyed this one, let me know. Leave a like and a comment on the video if it really does help me out more than you realise. And if you want something for yourself, consider subscribing to the channel. You get to see more episodes that you may have missed otherwise. And if you've reached here, why not? You can also join onto my Discord by checking the links down below. Excuse me. Mainly because there's probably going to be a vote sometime soon to figure out what's coming up next. Or I might just play the dictator route, considering some of the things we've seen in this episode. What could go wrong there? And pick something for myself. We'll have to see. So, whether or not that comes to pass, I hope you take care of yourselves. Have the proper safety equipment. Get some rest. And I'll see you in the next one.